Hi everyone. Actually, no. Should I talk about it or no? I'm not sure. Anyway, I am really disappointed because YouTube changed the rules and now I can't live stream at all. They have special rules to do that, and I just don't meet the standards. I think you need to have like 1,000 subscribers or something like that to do live stream on your phone, on your iPad or something like that, and I do not have that. Of course I could switch to Twitch, but I didn't think of that at the time. Well, this is going to be about Hyper Japan. I just got home and it was amazing. 5 stars out of 5. It was really amazingly good. Actually, we had much more people coming than I thought we're gonna have. Let me take off this one. It's very hot. I had that I had that bubble pancake. You could choose the banana one, you can choose the matcha one, which is like closer to Japanese taste, and you could have the Oreo one and the peanut butter one, and I took the peanut butter one because this is what I like. And what happened is I spilled it over my shirt. So I needed to go to the bathroom to clean it, and it came off quite alright, I think. So that was Hyper Japan, 5 stars. Actually, I didn't even know that I'm going there. My friend called me. He sent me on Facebook the poster of the event, and I said, yeah, let's go. So it turns out that it's a 3 days event. Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Friday I was obviously working because it's summertime and I want to work as much as possible before going back to uni. Saturday we went to Richmond for a boat trip. So I choose Sunday to go, which is today, and it turned out that for every day the prices are different, and I think Sunday was the most expensive, or maybe the Saturday. Anyway, we choose to go on Sunday, so the whole team was there at 11 o'clock and I was the last one arriving. I was the one late from the party, and then everyone was like, oh my god, you are always late. And I said, yes. For some reason, Sunday for me is always about having a quiet time. But now I woke up quite early because I do love Japan. And I really wish to go there, not as a tourist, but to work there 1 year, 2 years, 1 year on a farm, or doing some sort of gardening, manual work, handiwork, and 1 year to work in some other professional place, doing some sort of programming or this kind of stuff, yeah, like working with Sony or something like that. Yeah, so basically 2 years, 1 year here and 1 year in Tokyo or Osaka. So, and you know, I'm really watching lots of Japanese TV shows and stuff, so I'm quite close to this. And the whole team, all the people I went with, they already been to Japan. So, you know, when we were walking there, they were telling me their stories, their memories about the place. It was quite tricky. It was in Olympia. I got off the train and you could choose to go left side or the right side, and I choose to go to the left side, which was a crazy choice. Like this, we needed to go around of this huge event conference center. We were walking like 15-20 minutes, so that's the reason I was basically late so much. The whole group was waiting by the entrance, and by the time I arrived, because obviously I arrived with like 400 people who were on the train with me, so we needed to join the queue and wait in that queue for like 10 minutes. We had lots of people. Actually, I never been to Olympia, not that I can recall. No, I haven't been there ever. That was the first time. And basically they have one big area in the middle. At the very end we have a stairs which is quite narrow for this many people, so you need to queue up to go on the stairs if you don't want to take the lift. So you go on the stairs, you go around, and you have a separate area for the food. So that we could call a Japanese food festival. That was the place basically where we spent we were there 5 hours, so half of the 5 hours we spent in the food section because the queue was so long. They chose there was like billions things to choose from, and we tried to choose the most authentic Japanese food. So at the moment I couldn't even recall the name, or even if I could recall it, I couldn't pronounce it, unfortunately. But it was a bowl, 6 little bowls with squid in the middle, and it came originally with noodles, but we asked them kindly if we could swap the noodles with a pancake made of vegetables, mostly cabbage and egg and all sorts of vegetables, with a sauce. The sauce was, oh my god, amazing. They didn't have enough space for us to sit down, so we went to the corner and we sit down there. I didn't sit down because I didn't wanna have anything on my shirt, and I felt a bit comfortable standing, eating standing. But obviously after, when we had the dessert, in the last second I got something on my shirt. Let me have my coffee. We went there and I noticed that everywhere they have green tea. Green tea everywhere, but not coffee, and I need my coffee. Okay, so now this looks like a live stream. Actually, many people were doing vlogs with all sort of different technology. I've seen many people doing this with their mobile phone. Most of them were Samsung. Yeah, I haven't seen any iPhone. So they were using phones, mobile phones, Samsung ones. People who use cameras, they had actually a very nice gear. They had the camera on the top of the camera. They had the special microphone you need if you want to talk in a loud crowd, in the middle of the loud crowd. And there were a man who was actually standing in front of me when we were queuing up for the lunch. He had a camera. My god, I was looking at the camera and that was quite mouth-watering as well, because that camera was like a proper one you could get for like 20 grand. So it wasn't really for vlogging, or it was like for a really professional type of things. Everyone was really great and give space for this kind of things. So when they were going with the camera, you know, everyone gave space for them, everyone moved around, you know, so they could move easily. And there was one lady who looked quite shy talking to the camera, and I think that girl was actually with her mother, and the mother was holding the camera in front of her and she was talking, but she was very, very quiet. Even when I got close to her, I could not hear it. So I hope she had a very good microphone, a very, very good microphone to pick up her voice, because I couldn't hear it. I just went close to her, I went behind her, and you know, I started to wait for her camera, because she looked so shy, so sad, and you know, I just wanted to, you know, lift her mood up, because that was Hyper Japan. And it was not really a good idea to go in the suit, because I don't think we have any sort of air conditioning going on, so I was sweating from a very beginning. And the other thing, we had this thing going on. This is for Hyper Japan, and not a single security guard could see it, so I needed to keep it visible, which was a very, very hard thing to do. When we entered this massive area of the Olympia conference center, the first thing we went to for the cakes, and actually I brought a cake. There was a special one for the day, the sesame seed one, and there was one with strawberries and cream, obviously because this is the time for the Wimbledon. And there was one there was a different type with berries, and that was a mousse. I have no idea how I'm gonna show it to you. Can I take this off? Yes, I can. This is how it looks like. And I brought that for my mother. And the other thing I bought was this one. Oh my god, at home! I just came home and this is very hot as well. Was this sake. Oh, this is summertime in London. Usually we don't have this weather at all. So we checked out the cakes and then we went anti-clockwise. On the side we had a small Japanese garden, and just next to the Japanese garden of one of the biggest group of the bonsai people. So we had these long tables, and all these guys, they brought their own bonsai and they were cutting their bonsai all day long, and it was so nice and relaxing just watching them doing that. Next to them you had the guys, the creative team, they were drawing things, and the first thing I've noticed that it was written, "Don't waste the paint." I was wondering what actually happened there on Saturday or before on Friday, that someone needed to write it on one of the table. Don't waste the paint. And behind them there was a large area for the martial art people, and they had a you can hire the best place on the planet in the most beautiful building and have the best stuff, the most professional one, smiley and, you know, perfect with the customers. But everything or most of the thing depends on the crowd your event is attracting. And this place was a good place to attract very special people. I'm talking about the cosplayers now, because I never seen, and I've been to many Japanese events as well, including Japanese Matsuri on Trafalgar Square and Japanese events in different countries, including East Europe. And I think this year in 2019 here in Hyper Japan we had the most people dressed up in their favorite characters clothes. I don't know, maybe 30 or 40% of the crowd attending to the show were cosplayer. They had a separate area just next to the stairs leading up to the first floor, but obviously they were spreading around. For example, when I was queuing in the food area for different things, I was always surrounded by people from Naruto, from this and these shows. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anyone from Bleach, which is my favorite one. Probably with these guys it's not trendy anymore, but hopefully when they reboot the show, it will be popular again. Ichigo and the rest. Now we had lots of people doing Tokyo Ghoul, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and lots of new series as well. And the girls, I think they were from Sailor Moon, but it's not a series I would watch, but they were really enjoying them. There was one thing which I need to talk about, which I really got my liking, and that was the stands upstairs. For example, you could order a portrait of yourself in a manga style, which was, if I remember well, if I'm not mistaken, it was £6, and there were lots of artists selling their own product, and I absolutely love that. I never really seen that before, or I never really it never really caught my attention, but here you have basically the whole first floor full of artists selling their own creations, and I absolutely love that. When I went to the first floor, I could feel the vibe. You usually don't get this kind of festivals. On the ground floor you have obviously the mainstream stuff, with the martial arts, with the shows, with the DVDs, with the gameplay. For example, we sat down and we played with the PC, with the PlayStation, and all sort of things like that. But they were with the company. Upstairs you had individual people, self-employed people, artists who were selling their own creation, and I just loved that. I was actually very surprised by the sheer number of them, and they were amazing, because usually artists are very shy and very introvert, but these people, you could see on their faces, they were happy to meet their fans. They were really happy to talk to people and engage with them. They were making jokes. They were making the whole event better. And that's why I think Hyper Japan is really lucky. I remember I was working somewhere near Austerley when I met this girl. At the time she was 18 years old. We were working together and we had not much to do, so we had a chat, and we were talking, and I said I'm watching Hunter x Hunter at the moment, and she was saying that, oh yes, I'm watching the same thing as well. And we were talking, and after like 5 minutes it turned out that she is actually a cosplayer, she is a model, and actually she was featured in Manga UK cover with her boyfriend. They were doing Naruto. And I was like, oh my god. And she asked me if I'm going to Hyper Japan, and at the time I did not go. And now it's 2019. That was the first time I went there, and I really wanted to meet her. Obviously I don't have any contact with her at all. I don't even have her Facebook, but I think it would be very easy to look her up, just to follow the lead of, you know, Manga UK covers and stuff like that. But I didn't do that, but secretly I was wishing if I could meet her in Hyper Japan, with the boyfriend, with the crew, because these guys, they move in groups, and you know, they could meet my people, and that would be, you know, it would have been a really great thing. But we spent so much thing in the food area, trying the things, because we had like, I don't know, 100 company giving away free stuff. And Sunday, that was basically the last day, and for me it was obvious that because it was the end of this event, everyone's tired and stuff like that. But no, they were really full of energy, they were really happy to talk about the product, and it was a really great thing. So if I could choose one thing from Hyper Japan 2019, it would be the tea ceremony, because in one of the corner there was a lady who said that she has a tea company from North Japan, and she was in her traditional clothes, with the hair, with the makeup, everything. She was sitting on a chair next to the table, and on the other side of the table, front of her, there was another chair, and anyone, for free of charge, anyone, she showed a short version of the tea ceremony. So I didn't do it, but my friend, she did that. So she asked if she can sit down. They sat down. The lady taught her how to keep her hands on her thighs, and when to reach for the bowl, when to drink, how to look, how to nod, what to say. And actually my friend just came back from Japan, and her Japanese was still very fresh, so she could talk to the lady in her own language. It was really nice to see. At the end they had a game. They basically in a napkin, they put two origami sort of figures. One was representing the lady and one was representing my friend, and they were holding it just above the table, and with one hand, you know, keeping the napkin straight, and with the other hand they were tapping it, so the game won't be going on forever. So they were tapping it, and basically it was the game which one would fall first, and my friend won the game. We were really happy to see her win, and this was really great to see, you know, the old-fashioned Japan next to the modern Japan. And I don't know, it was just perfect. Of course I know, because I'm originally from East Europe, and if I needed to do a festival like Hyper Japan, but say Hyper East Europe, oh my god, I would have been in a great trouble, because I don't think I could represent the old East Europe and the new East Europe so professionally like these guys did. It was amazing. For example, they put the groups together in a way that everything just perfectly matched with each other, and everyone everyone so on the ball, everyone was so customer focused in the best way possible. I know if you ask my friend, she was a bit disappointed because she wanted to buy lots of things, but many people said that, oh, we cannot sell this to you because it's free. These are samples for you to try. But obviously she wanted to buy a quite big quantity of the things, but she couldn't, like this one, the noodles, and I have other things in my bag. So really it was like talking to friends you've seen a long time ago. There were some new things for me, for example the sparkling sake. Oh my god, it was very difficult. I was in a group of people who are not really into alcohol. Not really into alcohol, and I really wanted to try the sakes, and of course I did not do that, but I showed it to you a couple of minutes ago that I brought some home. There was a separate place to try the sakes. I did not go there. I just bought one and I took it home, but it was really special to me to try the sparkling sake, because this is basically a spirit and you don't really mix it with, you shouldn't really mix it, I think, with anything. You just drink it as it is, as a shot, and you just, you know, pour it down, and that's it. I was really surprised to see that actually there is a brand selling sparkling sake, because immediately, you know, all memories came back from home, from East Europe, where we actually drink wine most of the time. Yeah, we do. We drink wine because everyone has a garden and everyone has quite a big land. So basically everyone I know make their own wine, so they drink their own wine. They don't really buy it from the shop, and when it's really hot they mix it with water, and there's a special name for that, when you mix water and wine. And of course you can mix sparkling water with wine, and this is what I've seen here, sparkling water with sake, and I was like, oh my god, my childhood. Obviously not us, but all the older people with us. Summertime they were drinking this sparkling water with alcohol. So we went there, we tried, and obviously it wasn't just sparkling water and sake, but because it tasted very sweet. Oh, it was good.